If you own a home that is wildly unique and is a $25 million home on a beach or something wild, you NFT that home right now.
Okay, I was gone for a few weeks because, I was busy. Turns out, though, I was so busy that I never noticed having a stroke. I mean, either that or words stopped meaning anything. Or NFT bros are spreading online like the plague. It's probably just that one, now that I think about it. But yeah, NFTs have been taking off and becoming the hot finance trend for already too long now. And it seems like everyone is getting into it, from rich motivational speakers who specialize in topics ranging from the blatantly obvious to needless to gaming companies making, costumes that are NFTs? Hell, Stan Lee's not even letting the fact that he's been dead for 3 years stop him from getting in on the fun. You have no idea how badly I wish I was joking. But while I'm using this video to make fun of NFT bros instead of, being one, I suppose I should explain what an NFT is. According to CNBC, an NFT is a type of digital asset designed to represent ownership of a unique virtual item, such as a piece of art or rare sports trading card. Generally, it's similar to having a framed painting hung up in your home that people can admire, but instead, it's an image online that can be viewed by anyone. And like with the painting, anyone who comes across your NFT can take a picture and use the image in various ways. But ultimately, you are still the true owner, right? Like, I can show you this picture of Joel from The Last of Us and be just fine, but in no way does that mean I own the character unless I paid Naughty Dog for those rights. And in case you're going to comment about how my definition of an NFT is technically incorrect, well, good news, I technically couldn't care less if I tried. It's a comedy video, dude. Like, delete the comment, grab a beer, unfollow the TikTok pickup artists, they're all creeps anyway, and let's just have some fun with it, And what kind of fraud would I be if I didn't start with one of the most enthusiastic supporters of the NFT? So enthusiastic, in fact, that he kind of just aimlessly strings together words in the hopes that they'll become true by the time he ends his sentence. Such as the fact that we're all going to be NFTing our $25 million mansions and our airplane tickets, because a QR code is a unique image. So if you think about it, but not actually think, that's actually an NFT. I'm serious, this is something this dude actually said, and people fall for every word of it. Oh shoot, that reminds me. Okay, real quick side note, I actually managed to scrape together enough money from YouTube this year that I actually have to pay taxes now, which, I mean, means I'm kind of a big deal now. Totally. It's totally not just because one video of mine happened to blow up like last month, right? Why would you assume that? Oh, because it's blatantly obvious? Okay, that's a good reason. But long story short, anything I spend money on that aids in the operation of my business can be written off, which, as we all know, does something good for me. I don't really understand it personally. I mean, I just heard a white guy on YouTube say it, so obviously that makes it true. And now I'm a white guy on YouTube saying it. And dislikes are disabled, so, I mean, think about it, that just makes it triple true, right? Point being, if you see me, incorporating or holding something that's, a little awkward in the video, just bear with me, pretend it's not there, you'll barely even notice it, okay? Alright, great, cool. So, back to what we were doing, sorry. Okay, so Gary Vee is a TikTok creator with over 11 million followers and quickly rising. And before we get to his NF takes... Unsubscribe button is right down there. I understand. Let's take a super quick look at his bio, shall we? Key emoji, entrepreneur. So, that's the same thing you'd find in the bio of an 18-year-old selling weed in his parents' basement, so we're off to a good start. Fortune teller ball emoji, investor in Uber, Snap, Venmo, Twitter. Me too, dude. Ain't in my bio, though. This could legitimately just mean that he owns stock for these companies in, Robinhood. It almost has to mean more than that, but like an entrepreneur should know, image is everything, and that wording just looks dumb. I'm sorry, he seems like a nice enough guy, but, I'm convinced he's always either high or just has never once talked to, like, anyone. Also, he's the CEO of a legit company. That's actually cool and bio-worthy, and it implies that you're an entrepreneur, you know? Oh, just to be clear, IRS, this is a laxative. Value size. So, you know, gotta get that right off. Just play the clip, Jimmy.
I'll give you a weird one. If you own a home that is wildly unique and is a $25 million home on a beach or something wild, you NFT that home right now, put into the smart contract that you get 1% of every transaction of this home in perpetuity, and the first person that's gonna buy it from you is gonna be fine with that. They don't give a
Okay, now I don't own a $25 million unique mansion, but I do know that even I would never take financial advice from someone on TikTok. So, realistically, who is this video for other than the suckers that you want to buy into NFTs? Like, is Kanye going to see this video and NFT his mansion? No, probably not. Also, I love nothing more than the idea that you can just say you get 1% of every time a house is sold forever. Which, by the way, would net you $250K every time the house is sold. So let's say every 5 years at the absolute most. Congrats, that's an extra $50K a year at the absolute most. You are not cheating the system. If you can afford a $25 million mansion, you won't even notice that $50K. That is literal pocket money for someone that wealthy. Like, it's a bunch of words strung together so he sounds brilliant, but in reality, it makes no sense. And that's without the free stroke that comes from the words, NFT your mansion. So we're just gonna NFT anything now? I'm sorry, buddy. I'm gonna have to NFT you, okay? No, don't look at me like that, okay? It's the Gary Vee way. All right, go ahead. Thanks, buddy. I'll give you treats after, okay? Thank you. Good boy. He didn't really want to be held, so I had to kind of go through that quickly so he wouldn't be upset.
The other thing that people don't understand about NFTs is I can continue to add value to that token. These are smart contracts. If I choose to do a 7-day cruise, and the only way you can come on this business cruise is if you own one of these tokens, I can do that in 7 years. So what's really interesting for somebody who creates an NFT project, you're basically the central bank. You're adding to the value of the asset.
I'm really cheap, guys, okay? But if you invite me to a business cruise, I'm probably gonna say no. And I love a good cruise, personally. Like, okay, I know they're not great for the environment, but I don't go that often, and look, I hold my breath the entire week, so if you think about it, it's basically greener for me to go, right? But if the only way I could get on literally any cruise was to buy an NFT, I would literally never involve my money with the genius behind that, ever. But really, I want to break down how stupid this is, like really illustrate what he's saying. Hey, ready? If I give you an NFT instead of a ticket for admission, bro, that makes me like an NFT genius. Because instead of a ticket, ready, you get a picture of a stoned monkey that does the exact same thing. You just made it really complicated for no reason. Isn't accessibility for your market like a key part of running a business? And that's coming from someone who almost failed his one economics course. Like, hey, let's say I put you at point and made you exchange $20 for a bottle of liquor that I spent $20 on. According to Gary Vee, I just made a sale as an independent businessman. You're gonna see way more enforced sales in 7 years, guys. Just you wait. And after all that trouble, I'm in the same place I would have been if I just didn't buy the liquor in the first place, you know? Like, I barely get NFTs, but this might be the dumbest thing I've heard in at least the last, 60 minutes or so. Which, granted, isn't too long, but I say a lot of dumb things, so that's probably accurate. By the way, unrelated, but this is the same guy who went viral for this gem.
You know what I think is a better advantage than fucking being born into something? Being born into nothing. People that have zero, this fucking guy's an idiot. They will say what I always hear, which is, cool, I'll cry in my Ferrari. That's because you don't know what crying is, dick. Because smiling in your fucking Toyota is way better than crying in your Ferrari. If you think a fucking Ferrari or some fucking hot Supremes or a fucking pretty girl or boy or a yacht is gonna make you happy, you're just not smart about life.
I love how defensive he gets mid-sentence when even he realizes how full of it he is. Bro, I'm not smart about life. You literally just tried to take the sentence, a happy poor person is happier than a sad rich person, and make that inspiring. If I had as much money as this dude and said something this stupid on a podcast, that clip would never see the light of day, dude. Oh my God. Gary, let's switch homes and budgets for a month, okay? And my sales pitch, the room that I'm currently in acts as my office, studio, dining room, kitchen, VR game room, and bar. And I happen to live in one of the nicest one-bedroom apartments I've ever seen. Oh, and we have 2 litter boxes in here. How could I forget? Gary, who's definitely not watching this, let's switch living conditions for a month and see who walks out happier. It's one thing to say poor people can be more tenacious because, yeah, it's probably true when the decisions you make come down to survival as opposed to luxury. But to say it's better to come from nothing is absurd. Especially coming from a dude whose parents owned a wine company that helped him launch his career. But whatever. Next NFT, bro, shall we? So the next person I want to talk about is a kid, right? You shouldn't be a jerk to anyone I talk about, but especially not a kid, okay? We can make fun of people's ideas and how they present them while still being classy. But enough of that, my comment sections are usually pretty civil, so let's just check out the clip that made this kid go viral.
Is that your NFT in your profile picture? To say the least? Yes, this is my NFT. It says owned by you right here. This is a gambling ape NFT. I purchased this about a month ago. And to be honest, it's doing pretty well. Before the comment section says anything, only I own this. Unfortunately, you can't just take it.
Harmless, right? The kid has this new hobby, he's expressing his enthusiasm, and he's being a little tongue-in-cheek about the people who make fun of NFTs. And honestly, it's wholesome. I don't know, like, I collect gaming stuff, right? And so it's really cool to see, like, the value of certain things go up over time, you know? See, this is a relevant example and a tax write-off. I'm good. But NFTs feel like crypto or r/Wall Street bets to me. It can be a fun form of gambling and could actually amount to some profit. So long as you play it safe and don't make it your entire personality, then what the hell, right? And this clip went viral with almost 1 million likes as of recording, but the thing is, it went viral almost entirely ironically. So, as a joke, a lot of people started to make their profile pictures the kid's NFT, which, you know, is harmless fun. It's funny. It's all good-natured humor, right? But that led to this clip.
For now on, if I see people using my NFT as their profile picture, you'll be hearing from someone. Try me.
And you know what? I'm just going to say it. This man is either the smartest or dumbest person on the entire internet. Because obviously there's no real issue with using copyrighted material as a profile picture for a non-commercial purpose. Trust me, I wish this kid was right because anime profile pictures would then be a thing of the past, but he's not. And a 17-year-old who has, according to him, a $7,500 NFT portfolio, despite it being his passion, probably isn't going to be able to enforce his copyright on that scale. But I said he might be a genius, right? So why? Honestly, he just might be acting this stupid on purpose. Trisha Paytas, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, all excellent examples of the fact that negative attention can launch and maintain social media careers. This is a legitimately effective way of going viral on a platform like TikTok, especially since, you know, it worked. Like the same way I'm including this kid in my video because, let's face it, an actual child threatening to sue me for using his JPEG legally is funny. And his entire TikTok page is him alternating legal threats and NFT shilling. But if this isn't an act, then yeah, he's kind of dumb or well, naive would probably be a better word. First rule of content creation, don't ever tell people not to do something or they will do it more and more. This has nothing to do with NFTs at this point. This kid's just really funny. Like, I hate talking about people that might be minors, but how do I not include that? And I mentioned this is a thing in gaming now, so what did I mean? Apparently, Ubisoft decided to incorporate NFTs into their games, which is funny. Ubisoft, for those of you who don't know, is a really infuriating gaming company because all of their games are built on some of the coolest concepts you've ever seen, but then the execution always ends up being half-assed unless it's something they can monetize. Like in this case, how are gaming costumes NFTs? Well, you know how skins can be limited edition? Now, those limited edition skins have a unique number on them. Unique digital thing. Wow, it's technically an NFT. Oh, that's so stupid. Oh my god. So yeah, overall, NFTs are hilarious. And if it's anything more than a hobby to you, I will laugh at you. And I could stretch this out to be a 20-minute long video because, you know, that helps with views and money and blah, 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 all that jazz. But honestly, any other content under the hashtag NFT is going to be the exact same as what I've already shown you. It seriously feels like all NFT bros either have to download the Gary or Juuq personality before they begin their shilling. But at the very least, this video did maintain some level of educational value because, well, now we all know to NFT are multi-million-dollar mansions, guys. We did it. Either way, I hope you guys all run out and laugh at NFT bros responsibly because I can confidently tell you that this is most likely going to be exactly like what happened recently with crypto and content creators. Of course, I'm talking about when content creators would create crypto, generate hype to increase the value of that coin, and then sell their entire digital wallet and let the coin value plummet once they make a nice profit. Just in case, though, I think I'm going to make this giant pimple I had last week an NFT just to get in on the action. Probably shouldn't have shown you a picture before I go live with it, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's my giant pimple, and no matter how badly you want that giant pimple, it's all mine. You can't have it because I own it.
Why did you need to hold my hand for this?
Oh, it just really brought the video together to have you here for this part.
Aw, how?
Well, okay, you know how everyone loves jokes about, like, taxes, right? So I made a joke about how anything I hold is, like, something I bought this year. So, you know, in the context of the joke, I'm calling you a prostitute, and... You know, just for that, I'm gonna NFT you now.
That doesn't make any sense.
You know what? It doesn't have to for me to profit off of saying it, alright? So, you'll see. Bye! Hey, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It actually really helps me out a lot. I make comedic commentary videos, critiques, and video essays every Friday. And if you're not convinced yet, you can check out a recommendation above. Alright, well, thanks again. Bye!